Hey, listen, I just want to call out one person.
Christopher Columbus, they were like, you're going to sail off the edge of the earth when you try to find the Americas.
Yes, it was Christopher.
Yes.
It was Christopher Columbus.
Yeah.
And then he ended up sailing to Cuba and just fucking up an entire
America,
invasion.
which
Vikings
no one has
really
ever
did,
been
but...
to before, ever. No.
Correction.
Christopher
He
Columbus,
never landed in America.
Christopher Columbus
he never stepped
discovered
foot
America,
in America,
which no human being has ever been in before, and we have him single-handedly to thank for discovering America. Him, Benjamin Franklin, and Donald Trump.
Make America round again, Mara.
All right, so real quick, I'm going to step in because...
Yes.
Yep, nope. Step number 2, round 2, ding, ding, Rhodes rants. Okay? There is not enough time in another episode to do this because the fact that Christopher Columbus being who he is so celebrated in American history and in education, period, is upsetting. If you mention the name Christopher Columbus around me and my wife, she will literally leave the remaining area.
It's non-northeastern white.
She has heard this so many fucking times. Yeah, no. It's because Christopher Columbus is a trash person, never stepped foot in North America, killed a shit ton of people, and was not popular at all. No one knew who the fuck he was, but some dude like in the 1800s decided, I need to get famous again, wrote about him, fantasized about the facts, and all of a sudden Christopher Columbus became the hero of our fucking country. That bitch didn't land here. He killed a shit ton of people. Fucking Leif Erikson found it 400 years before him, landed here and said, oh, there's people that live here. Fuck off, Indians, and left like a fucking gentleman.
He sounds like a 1970s...
Leif Erikson was the Viking that did it.
Yeah, Leif...
Yeah, no, Leif Erikson is the
second-round
Viking.
pick for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Is that correct? Quarterback? Yeah, he was a bust, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Was he? There's no Viking.
No, Leif Erikson was the Viking that found it. I mean, probably. I could just be spouting more nonsense, and none of this ever happened, and we're in the Matrix. I don't fucking know.
Confidence, and you convince people it's true.
Oh, I'm sorry. Christopher Columbus is a trash person. Yeah, no, that's a straight fact. He also came here, or sorry, not North America. He came to, I want to say he landed on one of the islands. Was it the Bahamas or Puerto Rico? It was somewhere.
Fuck him, because we used to worship the sun, and then we had to get fucking Manifest Destiny shit.
You also used to have power.
So he landed in the Canary Islands and the Bahamas, right? And he also went to San Salvador. He never stepped foot in like Florida or any part of the Americas. He landed there, was like, oh, there's people here. They're Indians because I was trying to find India. Oopsies. And then he left because he only had the 3 boats. He left, got more people and soldiers, was like, there's shit here, came back, and then just literally fucked him up. Came back, they're standing on the shores like, hey, Christopher, how you doing? We haven't seen you in a long time. And he was like, oh, what? Cock, boom, shot him in the face.
His full first name. I really like that. I like that. Yeah. I also like the idea.
Just their native tongue.
Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. That's the only thing I remember from elementary school.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I was going to say,
but I'm impressed.
The Hard
Good job.
Rock. And the Jack
and the soft rock,
Jack Black,
and the punk rock.
Yeah, there it is.
And the 30 rock. So yeah, that's a whole nother one. Oh fuck! I apologize for that rant. Don't bring up Christopher Columbus. That upsets me. As a future high school history teacher, history is important to me, and I think it was important to be taught correctly. And of course, we don't know what is correct until we're corrected. So history is taught the way it is until we find out the truth, and then we only find out one person's truth. So it's very important to find different sources and revalidate. And history tragically is always changing because, I mean, same thing as science. Science is always being tested. It's always changing. History is the same way. It's always being discovered. And people are looking into different things and discover new things. Forever, people thought Christopher Columbus was a hero. And then up to 15 years ago, people were like, oh, no, he was a trash person.
I don't mean to extend this podcast any longer. But I also don't like the idea of history being re-looked at and reworked or anything. Because now you've got these assholes. And I mean that. These assholes who are looking at renaming schools who are named after George Washington, the best founding father this country has, right? We all agree on that. Right. He is an incredible person. And they're renaming schools or streets who are named after him because he was a slave owner.
It was the time. It was a different time.
So they're subtracting the unbelievably importance this man had because of this. And I get it. We all agree. Yes? 100%? Slavery bad?
No, 100%.
That's the type of shit.
You said that like you were thinking that it might have been like a minute chance that one of us would have been like, well, there is a counter argument to slavery.
No one has the balls for that.
No. I get it. I get it. Well.
No, as previously stated, I have too much white guilt for that.
I don't. But I'm the one making the point. So, but that's what I mean when it comes to history's always being relooked at. I don't necessarily think it should be relooked at because you get these people who have, I really do believe this, altered sense of reality, and they look at history and go, oh, that's not the way it should work.